Hello everyone. So in this series of videos, I'll be talking about GitHub and how GitHub works, how Git works, and why Git is needed in the first place. So let's start with the basic question of what is Git and what is GitHub. So Git is a version control system that lets you manage and keep track of your source code history. And GitHub is a cloud-based hosting services that lets you manage Git repositories. So, for instance, when you go into a working environment or you're working parallelly with a lot of developers, there is times when you work on things parallelly. So, how do you keep track of files that are being developed? What if you and another developer are working on the same file? How do you make sure that you do not write redundant code, or how do you make sure that uh, you write consistent code? When you're writing solo or when you're writing on your own, it does not matter that much. But when you are collaborating with others, you don't want to waste time, you don't want to waste your efforts on writing the same code again and again. So that is why Git was introduced in the first place. So, for instance, Git is a version control system, and Git and GitHub are fundamentally different. Git helps you track the changes in the files that are being made, and it is I'll I'll share it in the further instance. I'll share it in the further video. Git is something that helps you track changes and and that is local to your computer. When you want others to see that what all changes you made, what all things you committed to a file, you upload it to a cloud-based service. Now, this cloud-based service need not be GitHub. It can be GitLab, Gridcake, Kraken, Bitbucket. Most of the time, it happens that a lot of folks use GitHub. Now, a lot of folks use GitHub because it is backed by Microsoft. Plus, you get deployment opportunities using GitHub Actions. And there's a lot of perks that are associated with using GitHub to upload your Git. That is why GitHub is most common. But the main point here is that Git and GitHub are two different things and they should not be confused with. To reiterate, Git is a version control system that lets you manage and keep track of your source code history, and GitHub is a cloud-based hosting services for your Git repository. Computer, and this is your repository. Now these can be local. Your local repositories can have n number of repositories, and this is GitHub. You create an account on GitHub. You can put, you can initialize a repository here. You can do all sort of stuff on GitHub. But the thing to understand is that you have your local repositories. There are some commands that are associated with it, such as git add, git commit, git push. So these are some basic terminal commands before we jump on to GitHub commands. So CD's current directory, when you log on to a terminal, you can see you have a file-based structure where you can jump on into files. So to list out all the files, the command is ls. To go into a particular directory, you write cd and then move into that directory. To make a directory, you write mkdir and you make a directory, and to remove, you write rmdir. For now, I think these four commands are what's necessary, but you can explore all the other commands. You can basically do anything that you do on GUI through command interfaces. And that is why a lot of cloud services offer CLI because it becomes very easier to automate tasks when you are using terminal because you can just put in a specific task in a script and then run that script and it happens parallelly on all of the machines. So that is why CLI is being taught. The all the focus on CLI is because it helps you automate tasks when you are doing something on scale. So his basic Git terminology: Git clone, Git add, Git commit, Git push, and Git pull. So coming back to this is your local repository and this is your GitHub. And now you can have n number of repositories. You can add any type of files here, and then you can add to it and commit to it. So repository is like an empty box inside your PC where you can add files. Now there is a log associated with it. So when you add files, you have to make like let Git know that you have added files in the repository, and that is done by git add. So when you git add, it just keeps a log that following files have been added. Now to permanently make changes in that repository, you have to add git commit so that it saves your file in the particular repository that are present on your local system. You can have n number of repositories on your local system, and you can do n number of tasks, you can do n number of commits, n number of adds on your local repository. Now, when you have to develop parallelly, you have to put it at a common place where others can access it. That is where cloud providers like GitHub come into place. So GitHub is like a cloud hosting services for repositories. So when you are done with your stuff in your local thing, you put git push and then push your local repository to your GitHub. So this repository is now put up here. The same exact copy that was on your local has been put up on this repository. Now there's another student called, and his name is PC1. Now he wants to work on a same file. So he'll go to the GitHub and tell his computer that, hey computer, please make a clone of the repository that is present on a following link. And he writes git clone and the link of the repository. Then the version that is present on the GitHub will get to PC1's local computer. You can have n number of changes here, but unless and until you commit it here, commit and push it to the GitHub, he'll not be able to see your changes. So it can happen that you have version 3 on your local system, the GitHub has local version 2, and PC1 may have version 4, which is a changed version of version 2, but not similar to what you have. So this is how the basics of GitHub is. Study further, I'll show you how to make a repository on your local, how to connect it with GitHub, what are different tools that you can use, how you can track changes, how you can ensure that proper files have been committed, how you can see the logs of what files are being committed and what changes are being done, what is a README file. We'll discuss about it we'll discuss this in detail in the further videos, but for now, to gain basic understanding of what GitHub is, I think this is enough.